Floyd Mayweather fails to knock out Logan Paul. Logan Paul brings high-end Pokemon cards mainstream. And will we see the first ever $1 million Pokemon card sale? What's up, Shredheads? Welcome to another episode of the Pokemon Card Classic with the jacked stacked serial thriller of Pokemon card collecting, Shreddy. Today we're taking a look and talking about the Charizard BGS 10. The third copy, the mystery copy, has now been revealed. And it turns out that Logan Paul has this card, wore it as a necklace during his entrance, during his walkout for the Floyd Mayweather boxing match. So today we're breaking down what this means for Pokemon card collecting in the mainstream, what it means for the short term and the long term of Pokemon card prices. And I want to hear from you guys. Do you think this is good or bad for Pokemon card collecting? So if you're a Pokemon fan, if you're a Pokemon card collector, or if you're just looking to pass 5 minutes on YouTube, then make sure to hit that subscribe button, because on this channel I bring you Pokemon market news, tips and tricks on how to grow your collection and make money with Pokemon, retrospectives about all their Pokemon cards, as well as showing you how to get jacked and stacked through my workout vlogs and diet vlogs. So if that's something you're interested in, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn that like button blue. It literally takes 2 seconds to do. So, Pokemon is already mainstream, and Pokemon has been pretty much mainstream since its inception over in English-speaking countries since 1998. It's been a mainstay in Japanese culture ever since 1996 when it first released. But with all that aside, with all the hype Pokemon has ever seen, what Logan Paul did yesterday during his match, his boxing match with Floyd Mayweather, has brought Pokemon card collecting, high-end Pokemon card collecting, to the masses.
But Shreddy, Pokemon is already in the masses. Logan Paul should not collect Pokemon cards. He should not be allowed. Logan Paul is bad for Pokemon. He is making the prices go up. Logan Paul sucks.
So guys, bear with me a moment. I know that Pokemon is mainstream. Pokemon has video games, it's got movies, it's got a super long running anime, it's got merch coming out of its ears, it's got Pokemon card sales that have been record highs in 2020. Literally, the Pokemon company has posted its profits. Last year was the most profitable year that Pokemon has ever seen in its 25-year plus history. So just what do I mean by Logan Paul has took Pokemon mainstream? Well, what I mean is that Logan Paul has took high-end, valuable Pokemon cards mainstream. Now, way back in 2020, last year, when Pokemon started going crazy, when prices started going up, Pokemon card collecting did start to get a little bit more coverage from mainstream media. We had newspapers picking it up, Lad Bible, pop culture websites, all picking up kind of crazy record-breaking, record-setting prices that some of these Pokemon cards had been hitting, and kind of advising people to go and check their basements, check their lofts, check their attics, to go and find their old childhood Pokemon card collections, because they might have been sitting on a small fortune. And if you have your childhood Pokemon card collections, you might actually be sitting on a fortune. Check this video out to figure out how to value them, how to sell them, and how to make money with Pokemon. So Pokemon cards and Pokemon card collecting, Pokemon prices did start to get some mainstream attraction last year. Then we had guys like Gary Vee jumping in, influencers and, celebrities. We've had Justin Bieber talk about Pokemon cards. We had WWE wrestlers collecting Pokemon cards. But it wasn't until Logan Paul released a video announcing he was going to be collecting and doing a box break of a first edition base set Pokemon booster box that the market went a little bit spicy. I've covered this in other videos, so you can be sure to go and check those out on the channel, but the TLDR version is Logan Paul created a super cool Pokemon video, showed off how big of a fan he was of Pokemon, announced how much money he'd been spending and what he'd been opening Pokemon cards, then dropped the pipe bomb that he had bought a first edition base set booster box for a record setting price and was going to do a live stream box opening on his YouTube channel. He pretty much doubled his money on this, made hundreds of thousands of dollars, got hundreds of thousands of viewers, people watching that video, raised a bunch of money for charity, and then everything kind of went quiet. Fast forward a few more weeks, he then bought a first edition PSA Charizard from Real King Pokemon, aka Gary from Pawn Stars, and then things went quiet again. Fast forward a little bit more, and he then opened up another first edition base set booster box, did another live stream, and we've not heard anything from Logan Paul about Pokemon since then. What does this have to do with the Charizard Pokemon card that Logan Paul was wearing as a necklace during his Floyd Mayweather fight? Well, that card is one of only 3 first edition BGS 10 Charizards that exist in the world. 2 of these are owned by Real King Pokemon, and it was only late last year when the 3rd one came into circulation. Nobody knew who owned this card, nobody knew where it came from, but Real King Pokemon has stated that he was trying to buy that card so he would own all 3 of them, and he was offering $750,000. Let that sink in. $750,000 for 1 Pokemon cards. Now I understand why my mum would never let me take my Charizard into school when I was a kid. If you knew one of those kids who always bragged about these great cards that they had, but the mum said that they weren't allowed to bring them into school, drop it down in the comments below. So we all found out, the Pokemon community, the world found out who owned this 3rd BGS 10 Charizard card when Logan Paul made his entrance to his Floyd Mayweather boxing match. He was wearing it as a necklace, and damn it, he looked like the modern era Ric Flair, styling and profiling all the way down to that ring. Woo! But in the press conference after the match, Logan Paul said that this card, when asked by the press, he said that this card was worth $1 million. By simply walking out with that Charizard card around his neck and then saying that this card is a $1 million card. Let that just sink in to what he has just done.
But Shreddy, Logan Paul is pumping up the Pokemon prices.
Look, I get it. I know a lot of you out there don't like Logan Paul being in Pokemon. I know a lot of you don't like the fact that Logan Paul is super rich and is being able to pay for all these super rare, valuable cards. But it is what it is. The point I'm making here is Logan Paul has in front of a worldwide mainstream audience, a very sports-centric and even casual audience, people who just watch boxing. They're not big boxing fans, but it's just a casual kind of thing that people can do. It's in Vegas, people with a lot of money you see in that. He has just opened up the world of Pokemon to people that have no idea about it, but their ears prick up when they hear a $1 million card. Not only have you got a huge casual audience watching this mainstream attraction, you've also got those sports fans, those boxing fans who have been watching these Floyd Mayweather fans. Chances are some of these guys are sports card collectors. Sports cards are worth a lot of money. The sports card market is worth a lot of money. So when they hear a card that's just been worn by Logan Paul is worth $1 million, those guys are interested. The people who are my age, who grew up with Pokemon as a kid and haven't revisited it in 20 years, 15 years, hear that and they think, damn, I wonder if I have one of those cards in my collection. Spoiler alert, you don't have one of those in your collection. But this guy, this YouTuber, has just walked out live on pay-per-view with Floyd Mayweather with a Pokemon card round his neck and then declared it's a $1 million card. People are going to listen to what he says, and the fact that Gary, Real King Pokemon, was actually offering $750,000 for this, for Logan Paul to now say, well, this is a $1 million card. If you want it, you've got to pay me $1 million. It's not too far of a stretch to actually say, you know what? That is a $1 million card. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a sale of this card coming up soon, because who knows how much Logan Paul paid for it, but chances are he's going to make a ton of money if he was to sell that for $1 million. He might keep hold of that card and let it appreciate in more money. He might ask for more money. Gary might offer even more than $1 million just so he's got it as part of his collection. He ain't going to let it sell for anything less than $1 million now. Imagine again the mainstream attention and the mainstream media that is going to cover such a huge, iconic, massive, groundbreaking sale. It's going to be absolutely mental. We are still in the 25th anniversary year of Pokemon, and to be honest, so far it's been very lackluster. Logan Paul last year bought up 6 or 7 first edition base set booster boxes, so you know he wants to protect his investment by coming out live on pay-per-view in front of what's no doubt going to be hundreds of thousands of people who bought that on pay-per-view. The media coverage it's already had in the past 24 hours, millions of people will have seen he came out with his Charizard on. That's getting a lot more eyes on Pokemon, specifically the money side of Pokemon, which could potentially see Pokemon boom once again, which would make perfect sense because Logan Paul has these boxes, he's got these cards, he wants to maximize his return on investment, he wants to maximize the value he's got in his collection, whether he wants to resell it on or whatever it is he wants to do with it. So it makes sense for him to, you know, bring more attention to this, bump those prices up, ready for him to sell some of those items. Whether he's selling them now, in 10 years, in 15 years, who knows? But I think what we're also going to see off the back of this, whether or not he sells this BGS 10 Charizard, I think now we've got a little bit more attention on Pokemon, this Charizard card. I think we're probably going to see more box breaks from Logan Paul all around those first edition base set booster boxes he's got, whether that's now, whether it's in 3 months, whether it's on the 1 year anniversary of when he opened his last one, which was October last year. I definitely think we're going to see a little bit more content coming from Logan Paul around Pokemon cards. Now, Shreddy ain't no moon boy. I am not stating or guaranteeing that the prices are going to pump up. I'm not saying that is definitely going to happen. All I'm saying to you is that Logan Paul has just put high-end Pokemon cards on the map for a mainstream audience. If we thought Pokemon was big last year, if we thought prices were crazy last year, then imagine what they could potentially go to now that this card has been featured on pay-per-view, is getting picked up through worldwide media coverage to a wider non-Pokemon community. The fact he has stated it's a $1 million card, the fact that he has had offers of $750,000 on that, I think it's fair to say, or it's fair to assume or predict that Pokemon card prices, some Pokemon card prices, not everything, vintage, high-end, rare, mint cards could go up in value again. Or I could be wrong and Steam Siege is just gonna to the moon, baby! Now, I know a ton of people in the Pokemon community do not like Logan Paul, do not like what he's done to the price of Pokemon. I disagree with all of that. I don't have a problem with Logan Paul coming into the hobby. I don't have a problem with anybody coming into the hobby. But I am interested to know what you think of Logan Paul coming out wearing this BGS 10 Charizard as a necklace for his fight with Floyd Mayweather. I'm interested to know what you think about that little stunt and what impact you think it will have on Pokemon card prices. Let Shreddy know down in the comments below. If you made it this far, then you're either a Pokemon card collector or maybe you're wanting to get into Pokemon cards, and I have a great video for you showing you how I grew my own personal collection to 6 figures for essentially free. You can check that out here. It covers everything you need to know about growing your own card collection, literally for essentially free. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please mega punch that thumbs up button. It takes 2 seconds to do. You can go and check out my recent first edition PSA returns where I did actually grade a first edition base set Charizard. You can check that out here to see what grade it got. Spoiler alert, it didn't get that BGS 10. And if you have any questions, drop them down in the comments below. You can follow me over on Instagram. The link is in the bio. But until next time, remember that collecting ain't no gimmick, it's a lifestyle.